let's talk about a sound that must be very familiar to you. Meow. This is the sound most of us most strongly associate with cats, and fortunately, it is also the easiest cat sound for humans to imitate. But did you know there are a few reasons why you should, as strange as it may seem, meow back at your cats? Moreover, there are some other sounds we can make to communicate with our kittens in a language they will understand. In this video, we're going to explore the magical world of our furry friends' meows, answering every question you might imagine. Why does your cat meow when they see you? It may surprise you to know that adult cats don't meow at each other very often. They usually communicate with each other in other ways. Most communication between cats is done through body language or softer sounds, some of which are outside the range of human hearing. So, in this case, why do we associate meowing so much with cats? Well, there is one context in which a cat will meow to another: when a kitten is trying to communicate with its mother cat or one of its litter mates. Kittens are not very good at the subtleties of adult cat communication, so they keep meowing when they need attention or are expressing distress. It's similar to babies crying. As they grow, however, cats learn that humans can't understand or even perceive many of the ways they try to communicate. Meowing is one of the only things that seem to work, so they start doing it more often. Essentially, your cat communicates with you exclusively in baby talk. Baby talk? Yes, the most incredible thing is that studies have shown that cats respond better when you talk to them using baby talk, meaning when you speak to them as if you were talking to a small child instead of your normal voice. This is probably not because they understand and appreciate being treated like a precious baby, but more because they find it easier to hear high-pitched sounds, and most people tend to raise the pitch of their voice when talking this way. What other sounds can I make to get my cat's attention? Any high-pitched and quickly emitted sound will likely attract a cat. The sound pus pus pus, for example, is so effective that several languages have a translation for the word cat that includes some combination of P and S sounds or similar. For example, pisica in Romanian, pusa in Tagalog, and bisa in some Arabic dialects. Unfortunately, not all cats are fans. For some kittens, the repeated S sound may sound a bit like hissing, which is the sound of feline aggression. You can also get a cat's attention by sucking your lower lip against your teeth and then quickly releasing it. With practice, this will make a small, high-pitched chirp that, to a cat, sounds a bit like the distress call of a small rodent or bird. This is exactly the type of sound a cat's ears are tuned to hear, and nothing is more certain to catch their attention. Does my cat understand me when I meow? Unfortunately, no. Like most animals, cats don't really have anything that can be properly described as a human-style language. They don't have specific words. They just make a variety of noises that have vague and generalized meanings. And what each cat specifically means is determined by context. For example, a cat hissing means, "I'm angry." A cat hissing in the context of guarding its territory against another intruding cat means, "I'm angry because I want you out of my territory." Your cat has no idea of the context of a human meowing at them, and generally, they will just be a bit confused by hearing what might be a cat meowing, but without smelling or seeing a cat, which can be quite strange for them. So, why do they meow back? Sometimes you might find yourself having a conversation with your kitten. They meow, you meow, they meow, you meow. You might think this is a sign that you are really communicating with your cat in some way. But in reality, cats also make this kind of response with humans who are just speaking normally to them. It has less to do with your cat trying to actually converse with you and more with them interacting with you, enjoying your presence, or requesting something from you. Think of it essentially as a game you are both playing. You may not be having a conversation with your cat, but you are sharing an experience together. Do all cats meow? All domestic cats meow, but some are more talkative than others. Among the most talkative breeds are Siamese, Burmese, and Japanese bobtails. The first two fall into the category of Oriental breeds and are characterized by their rather deep meows. In some cases, they may sound a bit like a human voice. Our kittens meow because they are part of a group called smaller cats, which can meow and purr. Big cats, like lions and tigers, don't meow or purr, although they can manage a sort of imitation purr with a growl. They can't do the trick smaller cats do of purring while both inhaling and exhaling, but they make up for it with their ability to roar, something our domestic cats do not do. Why is it so hard to sleep with a cat meowing? This is one of the few times when your kitten's adorable little voice probably won't bring you joy. When your cat wakes up earlier than you and decides it's time for breakfast, cuddles, or playtime, they can easily wake up the entire house with their constant meows. The high-pitched sound can cut through you like a knife and make it impossible to simply roll over and go back to sleep. Why? Because your cat is actually tapping into your deepest instincts. Your furry friend's cries are approximately the same pitch as a human baby's cry, which our brains are hardwired to pick up and refuse to ignore. Time to get up and serve some kibble. Why is my cat meowing strangely? One of the few situations in which an adult cat will meow to another cat is when they're trying to get attention. For example, if the cat in question is seriously injured or scared and is crying for help or alerting, or if it's a female in heat, or a male cat who has detected a female and is meowing to let all nearby cats know that he is single and more than ready to mate. These meows usually sound different from the meows our cats direct at us. A yowl, the sound cats make when distressed, is usually lower pitched and longer than a normal meow. A caterwaul, the sound female cats in heat make to alert males. And that male's make in response is even lower pitched and louder. Some cat owners panic when they hear this for the first time because it can sound as if their kitten is in some sort of pain. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up to the video. This way you'll not only help me, but you'll also make YouTube show more of my videos to you. What does my cat think is happening when they hear other cats meowing on TV? In general, if you leave the TV on frequently, your cat will be used to it and likely won't notice an isolated meow, especially since most shows that feature a cat meowing will have the sound mixed with a lot of background noise, so your kitten might not even be able to distinguish it. If you deliberately play a recording of a cat meowing, however, with nothing else in the background and the volume turned up, your cat might show more interest. Some cats will ignore it, but others may become distressed and start looking around anxiously for these mysterious ghost cats that have apparently invaded their territory. As funny as it might be to prank your cat like this, it's not something you should do too often. Your cat probably doesn't enjoy it. Can cats learn to talk like humans? You might have seen some viral videos of talking cats, usually saying simple words or phrases like hello or I love you. You might wonder if this is a sign that our kittens are evolving and if, in a few years, you'll be able to buy your own talking cat. Unfortunately, the answer is no. The talking cats you see on YouTube aren't necessarily fake, but they definitely don't know what they're saying. Sometimes cats just make weird sounds and humans have a habit of seeing, or in this case, hearing patterns, even when they're not there. If the cat is making the sound deliberately, then it's probably less like a baby learning to talk and more like a parrot learning to mimic its owner when they use common phrases. Some very smart cats might learn to imitate the sounds they hear humans making, but they don't know what they're really saying. Now, before we wrap up, I ask you, do you know if your cat can recognize you? In this video that's right here on the screen, I talk exactly about that. Can your cat recognize your face, voice, and scent and differentiate you from other people? Click on the screen to find out and stay with me in the incredible world of cats.